Yo, 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 yo. What's going on there, buddy? What's going on? Make sure y'all do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Share the channel. We got a few things to talk about, man. We got a few things to talk about. Now, all week, last week, I've been messing with them Gators. Yes, I've been messing with them Gators. I've been trolling. I've been catching up on some receipts. Got a lot of receipts from last off season. The off season antics. Oh, we're gonna beat Miami. Oh, they're gonna come to the swamp. It's so loud in there. They ain't never been in a stadium like this. It ain't never been this loud in the ACC. This is that SEC environment. All that they gave us all of that. They gave us Miami safeties. They sorry. They defense. They ain't got no secondaries and all that. They told us Montreal Johnson was gonna be a Heisman Trophy candidate. He was gonna be in New York. They told us how Trey Wilson was going to be the receiver of the year. He was going to be the number one guy in the state of Florida. What else did they tell us? They told us a lot. They told us a lot. A whole bunch of lies. A whole bunch of goddamn lies. That's all Gator fans do. They lie. They tell a whole bunch of lies. They said Miami was going to come into the swamp and get mud stomped. But boy, did we go in that thing and cut off some tails. Man, it was a barbecue. Whoo, it was a barbecue. We ruined them boys' day. They didn't even get to sing Tom Petty. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Man, we had a field day in Gainesville. Now, obviously, this year the game is going to be in Miami. They're already talking trash. DJ Lagway for Heisman, even though they didn't see him throw a damn ball in spring. Now they see him throwing a little practice or whatever you want to call it, or training or whatever. They see him throwing the ball again. Man, the last time I saw DJ Lagway throw a ball against the Miami Hurricanes, it was none other than Jaden Harris. Jaden Harris was laying down and DJ just happened to throw him a pick. How many times does that happen? You just happen to just lay down and somebody just throw you a bag of money. That's tough. That's tough. Man, Gator fans got a lot to say this offseason. DJ Lagway, they weren't about who we recruiting. They weren't about what's the guy named Harris. They DB coach done came down here last year and the year before, they was all hyping him up. But now that he's a Hurricane, he's the worst DB coach ever. This, that, and the third, man. I tell you. Then they be talking trash on the recruiting trail, talking about what's that linebacker name? I think it was what's that linebacker name? He just decommitted from them and committed to Ole Miss. That's tough. But they be too invested in what Miami got going on. They be too invested. They ain't worrying about them. They worrying about what we got going on. Not seeing that, recruits ain't buying into what Billy's selling. Billy on his last leg right now. No, forget that. Billy on his last toe right now. But I ain't going to bash you Gators all show. I'm going to give you guys a chance to come talk because I kind of want to hear what it is that you guys are selling this year. Y'all were selling a lot last year. Y'all were telling us a whole bunch of mess last year until like the third quarter of the game, when y'all went home early. Y'all actually beat traffic. Y'all should thank us for that. Miami, we went up to Gainesville and helped them boys beat traffic. That's tough. Them boys got home safe. Now, I know the stadium was mad because they didn't get to sell all the liquor they wanted. They wanted to sell the liquor for 4 quarters. They only got to sell it for like 2.5 because Cam Moore was up there cooking. Oh, another lie they told us. Graham Mertz was better than Cam Moore. They told us that Graham Mertz was better than Cam Moore. They also told us that Cam Moore was going to fumble the ball about 30 times this year. But, neither here nor there. The season is over. We going into season number 2 versus these Gators because, they don't play us every year. Yeah, they duck and dodge us every year. They just congratulations on Florida. I forgot to congratulate you guys on that fluke ass national championship y'all got in basketball. Miami had a terrible year in basketball, but y'all still find a way to dodge playing us. Y'all still ducked us, even though we had one of the worst teams in the country. Y'all still ducked us this year. Ain't that something? To win championship at Florida, you gotta duck Miami. That's tough. That's tough. Anyways, I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I do want some of you Gator fans to come lie to me today. Yeah, today is National Lie to T2Y Day. Gator fans, this is your chance to come lie to me. Sell me whatever it is that you selling this off season. Let me know what y'all gonna do this year. Man, I see Montreal in the building. Montre, man, I know you a humble fan right now. I know you a humble fan. I know. I just know you a humble fan right now. Man, that 2-10, boy, it'll do it to you. But let me put the link in the chat. I kind of want to hear what you guys, what any Gator have to sell this year. And you know what? Even if they don't come in here, I want you guys to come in here and tell me what they have been selling y'all so far. What they've been telling y'all so far that they're going to do this year. What have these Florida Gators been lying to you about? Nick, what's going on, my guy? Everybody in the chat, big up yourselves. Hit the like button. Lenore's, what's good, my guy? I see you guys in the chat. Let me know. VicTube, what's good? So, Florida Gator fans, what are you guys lying about in this offseason? What are you guys lying about? Is Trey Wilson finally going to be that receiver that you guys sold me on last year? Y'all had me scared of Trey Wilson. Y'all Florida fans, the way y'all talked about Trey Wilson last year, I thought this man was going to have 200 yards on Miami. I thought he was going to be out there dicing up everything. I thought, some of our DBs might have broke an ankle or, tore an ACL the way y'all were talking about Trey Wilson. I ain't thought it would have been our 4'8" receiver that's out there, breaking legs and retiring DBs. I thought it would have been Trey Wilson. The way you Florida guys talk. Now, you told me Montreal Johnson was going to be the Heisman Trophy candidate at running back last year. Now, granted, he did get a little fluke touchdown against Miami, a nice little long run, too. But that was it. That was it. You say Trey Wilson was an SEC all-freshman research. Why would I have to research Trey Wilson when I watched him play Miami? He weren't no all-SEC when he played Miami. You know what? Okay, so you're telling me that the SEC is soft. That's what you're telling me. Because he couldn't do nothing against Miami, but he could be an all-freshman against the whole SEC. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me. Okay, I get it now. Yeah, I thought the SEC mean more. I thought the SEC mean more. But okay, he could be all SEC. He just can't do it against Miami. That's tough. That's tough. Montreal Johnson. Then you got, Graham Mertz. Don't even get me started on Graham Mertz. He all up in the club with former Hurricane Ja'Cory Harris telling him why should I be afraid of a team that, was bad last year. Like the Gators was good the year before. Come on, man. Then you got in the game and you couldn't do nothing. Oh. Y'all remember number 9? Y'all remember number 9 that came from Tennessee, Florida Gator fans? Y'all remember that one clip I posted on Twitter where Buddy was getting his getting in on the Florida Gators, thumped your quarterback on the play. Y'all scored a little touchdown. But I told you guys that when he come to Miami, he was going to do the same thing to y'all. I told you he was going to do the same thing. So push come to shove, he gets in the game and put Graham Mertz on his ass. That's tough. That's tough. Graham Mertz still got drafted, though, in like the 8th or 9th round or something like that. But you guys told me he was better than Cam Moore. By the way, I watched the draft, first pick of the draft, I guess it was supposed to be Graham Mertz, but miraculously, it was Cam Ward. All offseason, Gator fans told me that, Cam Ward was going to be fumbling all over the place. He was going to, throw interceptions. He ain't no good. Mario is a quarterback killer. He going to come out. He going to regress, all that. Then my guy came out and been the number one draft pick. He cooked Gator 41-17, which still today, the Florida Gators are trying to pretend like that game did not happen. Just because they had a little run at the end of the season to save Billy's job. Save Billy's job. So now all of a sudden, 41-17 ain't happening. When they've been living off of that 2019 win. They've been living off of that 2019 win. But 41-17, for some odd reason, doesn't register, and it didn't happen. You know one thing I like about Florida State fans? They're not running around here acting like 2-10 didn't happen. They put their head down and they keep it moving. They're not telling us that 2-10 didn't happen. Like the whole world didn't watch it. But the Florida Gators, y'all are telling me that 41-17 didn't happen. It didn't count. That it was week one. Like every team don't play in week one. Y'all the only team that don't play in week one. Y'all telling me that I did not see one of y'all DBs sit in a bush and watch Jacoby catch a touchdown. Y'all, that's what y'all telling me. What we watched on TV and in y'all stadium, because pretty much I told y'all that thing was going to be orange and green. Everything I said about y'all was right. I even made a song about y'all. Go back and look. I even made a song about Florida. Miami gonna beat up on them Gators. Beat their ass 43-3. Yeah. Y'all remember that song? I was pretty close, right? I was pretty close. Now, before the week of the game, and a little bit, actually like a month before the game, I put out my score prediction, and it was 38-17. I was 3 points off. I shorted Miami 3 points. I shorted us of a 40 burger, I'm sorry, when I made my prediction. And all you skinny, rough back Gators, short tail Gators told me that, oh, you don't know nothing about football. You talking about y'all gonna come in here and blow us out. That ain't gonna happen. It's a rivalry. If anything, the game gonna be close. Stop lying to yourself. Did y'all not watch y'all spring game? See, Billy slick. Billy called me up and said, T2Y, I ain't putting that spring game on TV this year for you to slice and dice us and make good score predictions and tell your fans how y'all gonna beat us and what our weakness is and everything like that. He said, T2Y, I'm gonna make sure you don't see the spring game this year. I do not want to televise us taking 2 L's in one day, because yes, the orange would have lost and the blue would have lost. They both would have lost. The Gators would have caught 2 L's in the spring game. I don't think that's ever been done before, but they would have been the first to do it. They would have been first. But going into this offseason, man, I need some lies, Gator fans. I know y'all got them. Y'all full of lies. Y'all got a bag of them things. Now, y'all probably speaking amongst yourselves, thinking nobody out there in the world don't hear y'all like y'all always do. But I know y'all got some lies that y'all want to tell. I know y'all got some lies. Like I said, most of them ain't going to say nothing. But if you a Miami Hurricane fan that been around these short-tail Gator fans that don't heard some of the lies that they done told already, y'all could come on in and let me know. Y'all could come on in and tell me what you've been hearing. The first one is DJ Lagway will be the Heisman Trophy winner. That's the first one I heard. The second one I heard, Florida Gators going to win the SEC this season. Yes. Now, obviously, looking at their schedule, and I'm going to put their schedule on the screen real quick. Let me pull up their schedule real quick. Because I've already put out an early prediction of the Florida Gators going 6-6 this season. And their fan base is telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I think that they didn't make no improvements. This, that, and the third. They're going to be so much better this year. And, I'm lying. So I'm going to put up their schedule, and I'm going to run through these games, and I'm going to tell y'all what they're going to lose. Obviously, they're going to lose to Miami. Yes, they're going to lose to Miami. Now, I must say this about Miami. If Beck will be ready, but just in case he's not, and we have to roll out another quarterback, it'll be a close game. Miami will still win. It'll be a close game, but Miami will still win. Now, if we roll out Beck We'll beat them, and we'll beat them comfortably. 17 points or more. Yes. We'll beat them by 17 points or more. That's it. That's it. That's all I need to say about Miami versus Florida. We'll beat them by 17 points or more. Now, obviously, fall is coming up. We're going to get to see what the team look like with some additions, of course. We got some guys that's transferring in. We got some guys that's transferring out. It is what it is at this time in college. You guys already know the transfer portal is a thing, and it's going to always be a thing. So, yeah. But let me pull up these Florida Gator fans' schedule so they can lie to me and tell me how they get into the SEC championship. They can lie to me and tell me how they going to beat Georgia, how they going to beat Ole Miss, Tennessee, and all those guys all over again. Now, Tennessee, they might beat this year because Tennessee going through their own thing. They just lost, their quarterback to UCLA. Of course, money runs college football nowadays. It is what it is. Get used to it. No need to cry about it. All right. So let's do this. So I got these Gators scheduled like I told you guys. Now, obviously, the first game of the season is going to be an easy one. The cupcake game. The cupcake game. I ain't even going to hold you, Florida Gator fans. Y'all going to win that game. Y'all going to win that game. Hopefully, you don't struggle with that game like you did when you played. What was that? That Sanford that one year when they dropped like 52 on y'all? Hopefully, y'all don't play like that. Hopefully. Demetrius was good with you. Hero in the building was good with you. All right, so hopefully y'all don't play like you played against Sanford that one year when the FCS dropped like 52 on y'all, and they were leading at one point and they could have won the game, but then they blew it. Hopefully, for Gator Nation, hopefully y'all don't have that kind of performance again, because then it's going to be a long season. You might fire Billy the first game of the season if y'all struggle with these guys. So, yeah, we ain't going to talk about that. So, obviously, what are they named? LIU. Nobody cares about LIU. South Florida. I want South Florida to beat y'all, but I think y'all going to win that game. I actually think Florida going to win that game. Miami beat them like 50 to 15 last year, something like that. So, we kind of know what they dealing with. 1 second. All right, so hopefully hopefully USF beat y'all, man. That'll be a nice little talking piece right there. That'll be a nice way to shut up some Gators, man. Losing to USF. At that point, we might have to kick y'all out the Big Three. Y'all in Florida State might be on a chopping block right now. I'm just saying. Now LSU at Baton Rouge. Florida, you're gonna lose that game. Florida, you're gonna lose the LSU. Yes, you're gonna lose the game. Now I know y'all got y'all panties in a bunch about LSU, taking recruits from y'all, flipping guys from y'all, y'all talking about Gregor, what's his name? Gregor Smith or something like that. Oh, AJ, the other guy, all them other guys, that's linked with LSU. You're gonna lose the game. You're gonna lose in Baton Rouge. You're gonna lose. They came to the swamp last year. Y'all had a little upset or whatever. Y'all Y'all did whatever made y'all get a little boost of confidence in Billy, but you're going to lose in Baton Rouge. You're going to lose. Nesmeyer, or whatever his name is, he's going to have a great season against y'all. Y'all going to be the first team to probably solidify him being one of the best quarterbacks in this upcoming draft. Y'all going to be the pinnacle. Y'all going to be the one, the performance, it ain't going to be quite like how Cam Ward did it, but he going to have a nice performance against y'all. Y'all going to be the opening act, basically. Miami going to beat you. Beck already know how to beat you. Beck already know. Beck going to have a nice offensive line this year. Yes. You're going to have some weapons at receiver. Yes. Running backs. Yes. We're going to have an offense. We're going to have an offense. Florida, we're going to beat you. We're going to beat you. So I ain't even going to spend too much time on that. Texas definitely going to beat you. Damn, that's 3 L's in a row I already see. 3 L's in a row. At least you started out probably 2-0, but then you catch 3 L's in a row. Texas going to beat you. Yes. Arch Manning going to have a coming out year on y'all, basically. This going to be the year for Arch Manning to prove that, all the chitter-chatter about him is true, and he's supposed to be this next great Manning quarterback, that's going into the league and all that. I think he's going to also have a Heisman performance against y'all. I think he's going to slice and dice you. And then right after Texas, you play Texas A&M. That's a tough one. I haven't put any thought into Texas A&M. Haven't looked at Texas A&M from up and down, but I know their coach is better than y'all's. I think you can put a team together better than Billy. And even if you guys, let's just say, you're not more talented than them because they bought all these players. They got more money than y'all. They invested more in their football team. You're going to lose to Texas A&M too. Ain't going to put too much thought into it. You're going to lose to them. So that's 4 L's in a row. LSU, Miami, Texas, and Texas A&M. 4 L's in a row. You started out good. So the first 6 games of the season, in my opinion, you 2-4. You 2-4. Billy's on the hot seat. He's trying to dodge the media now. He don't want them at practice during the week. He don't want to answer no questions. He's going to talk about you guys in your basement, telling the fans that they should fire him. Y'all going to go back to being mad at your AD. This is where you're going to be at after 6 games, Florida fans. I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm trying to give y'all a temperature check. Trying to save you some misery. See, if you know it's going to happen, you can prepare yourself for it. That way you ain't got to be at your doctor looking for prescriptions for your blood pressure. You ain't got to be fighting with your wife every week, sitting on the edge of your sofa because your team is getting their ass whooped. Yes, Florida Gator fans, after 6 games, you're going to be 2-4. Prepare yourself for it now. Save yourself the stress. Tell everybody that T2Y told you this, that I saved you guys. I saved you from having high blood pressure. I saved you from having all kind of anxiety and all kind of problems in your life. You're going to be 2-4. You're going to be 2-4 after the first 6 games. Now you're going to catch a break, guys. See, after the rain comes the sunshine. You're going to beat Mississippi. You're going to beat Mississippi State. Mississippi State ain't been worth talking about ever. You're going to beat them. You're going to beat Mississippi State. You're going to knock it out the park with Mississippi State. You're going to improve to 3-4. 3-4. Not quite 500. But then you're going to go on a bad run. Jacksonville, Florida. Your rival. The biggest cocktail party, whatever you all want to call it. The Georgia Bulldogs. Kirby Smart and them boys. They're going to beat you. They're going to beat you. They might embarrass you. They might even embarrass you. But you're going to lose again. Florida fans, I don't know what it is, but maybe one of y'all could tell me in the chat, or maybe somebody could tell me in the chat. How many games in a row has Georgia beat you guys? When the last time y'all beat Georgia? When was the last time Florida beat Georgia? Y'all let me know. Florida fans, let me know. When was the last time y'all beat Georgia? Because if they beat you, like, let's just say 6 times in a row already, it's going to be 7. It's going to be 7. Write it off. Pencil it down right now. You're going to lose to Georgia. You're not winning that game. You're not winning that game. If somebody hyped you up and told you was going to beat Georgia, they lied to you. They lied to you. Oh, man. Speaking of Georgia, Sarge is in the building. Sarge, the link in the chat, man. The link in the chat. Feel free to come in here and tell me how much better Georgia is than Florida right now. Feel free to, brag and boast. Georgia's going to beat the brakes off you. Okay. Kentucky. Now you go to Kentucky. This might be a tricky one in Lexington. This might be a tricky one. So Florida won in 2020. Oh, man, that's tough. COVID. Awesome. So half of the Georgia football players probably weren't playing that game, so they caught a break. All right, cool. Got it. So Lexington. This might be a tricky one. It all depends on how good Kentucky's going to be this year. It all depends. Now, I ain't going to sit here and tell you I put too much thought and too much research into Kentucky. So I'm just going to throw you guys a bone on this one. I'm going to just throw you a bone and say, let's just say you beat Kentucky. Let's just say you beat Kentucky. The next game up, you're going to lose to Ole Miss. At Ole Miss. You're going to lose. I don't see Lane Train losing to y'all 2 years in a row. Now, if you do beat Ole Miss, that's gonna be funny as hell. That's gonna be funny as hell. I only know one Ole Miss fan, and I promise you to God, I'm gonna slap the taste out of his mouth whenever I see him. But nonetheless, I don't think y'all gonna go to Ole Miss and win. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see y'all beating Ole Miss. I think Lane got way more weapons than y'all. I think he's recruited better than Billy. Hell, he's even taking players from Billy right now. He just flipped y'all best linebacker. Y'all best commit. Just flipped the Ole Miss. That's tough. I think they're more talented than y'all. Ain't much to talk about. Obviously, you caught them slipping last year. Shout out to Jackson Dart. Got drafted to the New York Giants. However you want to look at that with the Shador situation and everything like that, he just got drafted. That's something Lane Kiffin could, tip his hat off. Hey, man, I just put a quarterback in the league in the first round, But, hey, that's tough. That's tough. Tennessee. Tennessee. They just lost Nico. They're going to have to start a new quarterback. I've been hearing some things about Nico. Not sure how true it is, but a lot of negotiations was happening even during the playoffs. How you plan on sitting out of the game allegedly during the playoffs, trying to negotiate more money out of Tennessee. Allegedly. That's tough, but he's no longer there, so obviously, the rumors might have been true. Florida State, last game of the season. Obviously, new DC, new offensive coordinator. Florida State got a lot going on after last season. They recruiting in the shams. They just lost Hakeem Williams to none other than Deion Sanders in Colorado. Now, obviously, if you've been on the channel and you've been listening for a while, when that whole debacle was going on between Travis Hunter and Hakeem Williams, we talked about it over here. Hakeem Williams said he was sticking with Florida State when Deion was calling on, on signing day or whatever. He said he ain't no Travis Hunter. So clearly, He had to wait till Travis Hunter leave for him to transfer over there. That's tough. That's tough. Dion has been a thorn in y'all foot for a minute now. Dion has been a thorn in y'all foot for a minute right now. Dion has been a thorn in y'all foot. Any of the players that was considered to be good that went to Florida State, for some reason they always end up at Colorado. Hakeem Williams was a 5-star wide receiver coming out of high school. And for the past 2 to 3 seasons, or however long he's been at Florida State, all I've seen is mediocre and trash. Mediocre and trash. Go to Florida State and don't get developed. Go to Florida State and don't get developed. It was so bad for Hakeem Williams at Florida State. I don't even think I saw him in one of them practice video racing Norvell. You know, all they players be racing Norvell. I don't even think he wanted to race Norvell. Go to Florida State and don't get developed. The transfer portal ain't even transfer portaling for Florida State no more. They getting all the most terrible players out of the portal. They just picked up a quarterback that threw nine touchdowns and 11 interceptions in 10 games. They picked up a midget quarterback. Thomas Casamigos, whatever his name is. They just picked him up. But he quit on his team last year, obviously. As a matter of fact, if there was 100 players on that team, 99 of them didn't quit. I'm going to just say that. 99 of them didn't quit. That's who their quarterback is. And I've been hearing terrible things about him coming out of camp. Sarge, what's going on, my guy?
Mic check.
What's good, man?
Mic check.
Yeah, we hear you. What's good?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Man, trying to break down this Gator thing, man. Trying to break down this schedule, trying to tell them why they going 6-6.
Oh, I mean, I was told by 4 different people that Georgia's going 9-3. So I just want to make a public service announcement to anybody listening. You know, shout out to everybody in the chat. Bet the house on Georgia losing at least 3, maybe 4 or 5 games this year. Because this is going to be Kirby's worst team. Forget, about the players coming back. Forget that they got 13 players drafted last week. This is going to be the worst Georgia team that Kirby Smart's ever had. They're going 9-3, no SEC championship, no national championship, no playoffs for the Georgia Bulldogs.
Now, Sarge, let me ask you this. Because Florida Gator fans already told me they win in the SEC championship. So I don't know how is Georgia going to win it when Florida's winning it?
Yes. No. I was told that Florida's winning. I was told that DJ Lagway.
Damn, we lost Sarge. Yeah, I was told them lies too, Sarge. I was told that DJ Lagway will be in New York, Heisman Trophy in hand.
Yes, they told me that he's the best quarterback in the SEC.
Now, let me ask you this, Sarge, because I haven't seen it. Maybe you've seen it. I didn't see DJ Lagway throw a ball this spring. Did you?
No. I did not see him throw. But the people down in Gainesville told me that his shoulder, his elbow is fine. He could throw the ball, 70 yards on the rope, and there's not going to be any problems. I don't want to hear no excuses when the ball is kicked off. The DJ Lagway is going to be perfectly fine. He's the best quarterback in the SEC right now.
Nah, I watched DJ Lagway throw Jaden Harris an interception last year while he was laying down taking a nap. Now, obviously, Jaden Harris is at Georgia right now. You think he's gonna get 2 interceptions on Lagway this year? You think Jaden Harris gonna get 2 interceptions on Lagway this year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think he actually gonna be fighting for playing time because we got some good safeties. You know what I'm saying? He might be a more of a special teams guy, but we got good safeties. We got the number one safety coming out of high school a couple years ago, and KJ Bolden. We got Jonell Guerrero. We got Jacoby Thomas. We got some.
KJ Bolden. That name sounds so familiar. KJ Bolden. Oh, Florida State fans. Who is KJ Bolden? Who the hell is KJ Bolden, Florida State fans? I know that name sounds so goddamn familiar. I swear the guy Florida State told me he was a short thing. He was 1,000% locked in. Man, KJ Bolden. I know that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, man, that name does sound familiar, man.
Was KJ Bolden on the sideline when y'all beat him? What was the score, like 63-3 or something like that?
Yeah, 63-3, man. That's a summertime temperature, man. If you're listening, man, and April, May, June, July come around and it's super hot outside, just go to your thermostat of your house and put
6-3. Man, that's tough. Damn. Ain't too many teams getting 63 dropped on them. Damn, that's tough. Anyway, back to the lying-ass Gators. Now,
yeah.
you're an SEC guy. You're a Georgia fan.
Yeah.
I just ran through their schedule, and I just pointed out all the L's and everything like that. I'm going to give the same opportunity. Obviously, we could skip the first game. They'll win that. They got USF. You think they'll beat USF?
I think they'll win that. They're gonna lose to Tennessee. They're gonna lose to Alabama. They're gonna lose to Florida, and they're gonna lose to.
They don't play Alabama. They don't play Alabama.
They're gonna lose to Georgia Tech too. Because I was told they're gonna lose to Georgia Tech too.
Oh, you talking about Georgia? No, we talking about Florida right now.
Oh, okay.
We talking about Florida. You think they're gonna beat LSU?
I think so, man. I think so.
Well, you think they're gonna go in Baton Rouge and beat LSU?
I think so, man. I got them beating LSU, man.
What do you know that I don't know?
It's just that defense, man. They got LSU got Nussmeier, but they'll never have no defense, man. That's the problem.
So LSU ain't made no improvements over the past season?
They got number one transfer class, man. Number one transfer portal class. They done brought in a whole bunch of talent. It's just I just don't think they can get right on defense, man.
I see. You see why I asked you that? Them boys just brought in the number one transfer class.
Yeah, they got the number one transfer class, and they definitely needed it because their defense was pretty trash last year.
You know, when you bring in the number one transfer classes, you do big things. Like Florida State, 13-0.
Yeah, exactly.
13-0. I got LSU beating the brakes off them boys. I definitely got Miami beating them. What you think, Miami versus Florida this year?
I got Miami by 21, man.
Damn, 21?
Yeah, man. Carson
Beck. Man.
I got Carson Beck with 5 touchdowns that game.
Oh shit, 21. Can you do something for me? Damn! I was selling us short. I said we're gonna beat them by 17 or more.
Yeah, I said 21, bro. Put me down for 21.
21. There it is. Texas. They play Texas.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Now, last year Texas blew them out. Didn't Texas drop like 50 on them?
I think 40, 41, something like that.
Nah, we dropped 41 on them. Texas beat them even worse than we did. Texas beat them worse than we did.
Oh, okay.
What about Texas A&M at College Station?
I got them winning, man. I got them pulling the upset.
What's going on at College Station that you think Florida gonna walk in there and win?
I just don't. I don't think they're gonna have it that game. I think Lagway gonna finally have a good game. So I got them by a field goal, late field goal.
Oh, all right. We'll take it. Oh, Mississippi State.
That's a win. That's a win.
All right. Obviously, you got Georgia beating them.
No. I got them losing, man. I got Florida beating Georgia this year, man.
So you, a Georgia fan, got Florida beating Georgia.
Yeah, I told you, man. This is gonna be. I told you, man. This is gonna be Georgia's worst year, man.
You're lying.
Look, T2Y. The CBS writers, Josh Pate, everybody said this is gonna be Kirby's worst season, man.
So Florida gonna beat them because it's Kirby's worst season.
This is gonna be Kirby's worst season, man. They said 3 losses. The best that Georgia's gonna do is 9-3 this year. They said 3 losses at least 3 losses.
And Florida gonna be one of them losses.
Yeah, and Florida's gonna be one of them losses. Exactly.
A bullshit? A bullshit?
I'm just telling you, you know, the people that like to bet, man, just bet on Georgia losing, man. You can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money this fall.
So Florida for the win in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I got Florida for the win, man.
Cap.
Flag on the play.
You ain't selling this to me.
I'm just telling you, this is gonna be bad for Georgia. Like Georgia's not gonna win no championships. They're not gonna do nothing this year, man.
So you telling me that basically DJ Lagway gonna have a Heisman kind of game against y'all?
Yeah. He gonna have the best game of his life against us, man.
Leave that dope alone.
You haven't. So you haven't.
But yeah, I just want to let you know, man.
I need to let you know.
Stop.
I'm just telling you, T2Y. Despite all the talent that we got on the roster, man, this is gonna be Kirby's worst season, man.
Listen, I'm familiar with your game. I'm like Shaq right now. I ain't like these people that was not familiar with your game. I'm familiar with what you doing, and you ain't selling it to me. Georgia by
what I'm selling, dog. You not buying what I'm selling?
hell nah. Georgia by 24. Let's keep it moving.
All right, let's.
At Kentucky.
I got him winning that one, man. Stoops is on the way out, man. Stoops might be fired by then.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I got him winning that one.
Is that bad in Lexington?
It's that bad. Yep, it's that bad. Stoops ready to move on.
I did have Florida winning that game, so that's tough. Ole Miss at Ole Miss.
That's a loss.
So they ain't gonna catch Lane slipping again.
Nah, they're not gonna catch him. They're not gonna catch him this time.
Who gonna be the quarterback?
The little short guy, I can't remember his name, man. He about 6 foot, man. They got a good quarterback. He's a baseball player too. Out at Ole Miss,
You
man.
talking about Austin Smith?
Yeah, Austin.
Smith?
Yeah,
Not Smith. I think it's Simmons or something like that.
yeah, Austin Simmons. Yeah.
Oh, the one that was committed to Florida, and then damn, that's tough. Oh, gotta be quicker than that. So he about to go to work on Florida.
Yeah. I got Ole Miss for the win.
Damn, Florida, y'all should have gave that man what he asked for. That's tough. Lane Kiffin gonna redeem himself. All right, cool. Tennessee.
Oh yeah, they always beat Tennessee, so that's a win.
They ain't beat them last year.
I know, man. But usually they beat them, man. So I'll give them a win, man, just for a talking point. I'll give them a win.
All right. So you gave them. Let me go back. You gave them Texas A&M.
Yep.
You gave them Mississippi State.
Yep.
You lied to me and told me you gave them Georgia.
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. That's 3.
You gave them Tennessee. I ain't even gonna ask you
4.
about. I ain't even gonna ask you about Florida State because we all know Florida State gonna lose.
Yeah, that's 5.
Florida State might be the most interesting team in the Big Three right now.
Well, they play Alabama game 1.
That's gonna tell us a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they done beat SEC teams. The last 2 years they said they SEC killers. So we're gonna find out. they done beat LSU twice, so they think they doing something. So we gonna find out.
Did they play an SEC team this past season? I don't think they did.
I think they played.
Florida. They play Florida every year. I forgot.
Yeah, they played Florida. Yeah.
Florida, like I said, man, Florida State might be the most interesting team in the Big Three right now.
I mean, you can't get no worse than 2-10, right? You can only get better, right?
Exactly. And they brought in Gus Bus.
Yeah, they brought in the Gus Bus. I mean, you can't get no worse than 2. I haven't heard from your boy. What's your boy? Henry Lee?
You ain't gonna hear from them. I'm telling you.
Where Henry Lee been, y'all? Can somebody in the chat find Henry Lee for me?
2-10 done humbled them boys, man. Them boys is very humble right now.
Yeah, man, they looking at that cup of bleach right now.
I've been laying low on Florida State on social media this past.
Oh no, you can't do that. You cannot do that.
I had to, man, because they had some tragedy going on up there. Prayers to the families.
Yeah, definitely.
Laying low on them. I've been going ham at Florida though. All them lies they've been telling.
I mean, you got to go ham and cheese. Give it to like August, and then go ham and cheese in August.
One thing I know about Florida, they fans gonna talk trash all the way up to the game, and then they gonna be quiet again.
Yeah.
And then after they be quiet for maybe 2 hours after the game, they're gonna start telling lies again.
Yeah, definitely.
They're gonna definitely start telling lies. They're gonna find some kind of excuse. The players didn't play well because the Gatorade didn't have enough sugar.
Yep. Because I remember, when Carson Beck was slated as a starter, a bunch of people on this channel told me Carson Beck wasn't no good. Then he went 13-1.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I get it all the time,
I mean, last year a lot of people told me that Carson Beck was interception throwing machine. I started believing it and saying it myself.
Hey, we're going find out, man. What's the status on that, bro?
Welcome to Miami, man. The Carson Beck show is about to begin soon. Yeah. I just hated that this all season he was doing all that, recovering or whatever.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes it's good to have a little mystery.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you got a player that's won 23 games and 3 losses.
Yeah. They ain't got a bad record.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really go back. Who in college football has a better record than him right now? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Good point.
Hard to say. Chris, you know any Gator fans, Chris?
Yeah, I know a couple of them. But
What have
you know what? Huh?
What have they lied to you about this offseason?
Well, they really couldn't say much to me this year because they were mostly in a vegetated state. You know how you go and you give out the donations and stuff like that for those in need. I just actually did that instead of them doing it like how they do in Christmas time. I actually went by and actually gave the people for the remedial fans of Florida, because from that beatdown they hadn't recovered, so they was in a vegetated state. So I went the extra mile. So I went and fed them applesauce and wiped their chins and stuff. So yeah, I did my part.
To every Florida fan that I ran into, and I said sorry for that 41-17 beatdown, they said, "What? When did that happen?"
Just like Florida State forgot about 63-3. That game didn't count.
Oh, they like to say, "Oh, y'all still talking about week 1? Y'all talking about something that happened in week 1 while y'all in the college football playoffs and all this and the ACC and stuff like that." They want to skip over their game. But for the past since 2019, they've been hanging over our heads because we had silly ass Manny Diaz.
Yeah.
One of my
I
lady
did.
friends is a Florida State fan, and ever since that 63-3 to beat down, man, she won't answer my calls no more, man. I thought we had
Mm.
something going.
Yeah, man, you better leave
Nah,
her
no,
alone
you
before
didn't.
she trying to sharp your ass.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, hey, T2, I might send you some pictures offline, man. But I mean, she's shaped like a number 8. She looks really, really good, man. And I thought we had a good thing going, and we spent a lot of time together for about 3 months, right? And then after 63-3, man, she just like, I think she blocked my number, man.
Damn, that's tough.
Yeah. You know, but
I
I
bet,
did see some Florida
I
State
bet,
fans though,
I
T2.
bet you called about 63 times, didn't you?
Yeah, man. I called her. I called her 63 times, man. Her phone had 63 missed calls.
Mm,
She probably
mm.
only thought about answering 3 times.
Three times, yeah.
Like I said, this summer, if it get too hot outside, man, just put your AC on 63.3 degrees, man. You be nice and cool.
Yeah. That's how
Hey,
much filled up my truck.
so them Gators,
$63 and you see?
so them Gators ain't say you no lies. You ain't been hearing nothing, no kind of lies from them Gator fans this year,
No,
Chris.
but I did hear some from Florida State. I mean, Florida
Oh,
fans couldn't really talk, because they were just traumatized about everything that happened. But Florida State did come in. They did say something. It was like, well, you know, y'all missed the playoffs and y'all did this and was laughing at us. And I was like, well, what happened during your season? Oh, y'all lost to Georgia Tech. Correct me if I'm wrong, but who went to Ireland and got beat? Because you do remember that game, right?
I
T2Y?
told y'all that was gonna lose.
Because
Listen,
yes, you and I both was on there
Hey,
hold
watching
did,
that
did
game.
we not
on.
did we not
And
Hold
call
on,
that game T2R like
hold
2
on.
months before that game started?
Let
you
me do a
did.
promotional piece real quick for the Final Destination. Final Destination, new movie coming out this May 16th. I'm going to watch that. I love the movies. But I had a Destination moment last year because NCAA, the game came out. I had Florida State on there, and I looked at that week 1, and I saw that they lost by 3 to Georgia Tech. And I was like, oh, shit.
Mm,
And then it happened
I remember that.
in real life.
I remember that.
So
It
at
did.
this moment, shout out to Final Destination because I had a premonition. But
Now
anyway,
they were running though.
Chris,
We gonna be
Chris, you're in
ball.
the portal. You're in the portal, Chris. You sound like a robot right now.
I mean, they trolled y'all, about Mario
I am.
taking
All
the
right.
knee and Georgia Tech. They trolled y'all a lot, bro. And then they end up losing to Georgia Tech. You see how things work like that?
Yeah. Am I still in
Man,
the portal?
nah, you good.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
but it was bad. Then they lost to Boston College. They lost to their doppelganger, who should have honestly,
Yeah, man. The
not last year, the
bandana,
year
the real
before,
bandana.
should have. Right. And they should have lost to them before. But hey, they Boston College proved themselves. And then they went out and got their quarterback, and the whole motto in the story transfer portal. So they got him. And
He
also,
said
if you
you
didn't
can't even
notice,
get him.
right, instead of joining them, get them. But check this out, Sergeant T2Y. You do know that one of the running backs that played for Boston College, he played at Florida State and they cut him. And Boston College went and grabbed him
What?
and ran all over him. Think I'm lying.
What?
You remember I'm dead serious, Sarge. Go back and look at that game with Florida State and Boston College. I forgot the name of the guy. I forgot the name of the dude's name. I forgot his name, but he was at Florida State. They cut him or whatever the case is, and then he went to Boston College and ran all over them. Same
Oh my
colors. It,
goodness.
it just didn't have no shish kebab on the side of the helmet. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
go look at that up. I'm dead
I definitely
serious.
gotta look that up. I gotta look that
Yes,
up.
look that up. He ran over 63 yards on him. 3 carries for over 63 yards. Mm.
Man,
Yeah, I gotta look that up, bro.
it's something about that 63.
But I told people, I said they would never recover from this beatdown. Then they proceed to go 2-10.
Man, the year before they cried so much about not making that playoffs.
Bro, they sued. They sued the ACC, bro.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of ACC, it's some more money. It's money to be made this season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know they restructured them contracts, so now teams with more viewership gonna get paid more.
There you go. That's how it should be.
Shit.
Man, and boy, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I feel bad for them Seminoles, man.
I don't. I
feel
don't.
bad for
I don't.
And I want to send a big shout out to Pigskin Pete. Pigskin Pete said that Georgia was gonna go 9-3 and not win anything. Him and two other Georgia Tech fans said that Georgia was gonna go 9-3, no championships, no playoffs, nothing.
I need to see y'all schedule now. I need to see y'all schedule.
That's tough.
Hey, you
That's
think our
tough.
schedule is funny? You think our schedule is funny? Look at Oregon's schedule. Hey, if you look at Oregon's schedule, you gonna say 12-0 off the bat, bro.
I need to see y'all football schedule. If they saying that y'all gonna lose 3 games, I need to see who these 3 games is.
Hey, we got 5 games at home, right? We ain't lost a home game in 5 years. We got 5 games at home, and they talk about we're gonna lose 3 games this year.
Let me see y'all schedule. I got to see this Georgia schedule. Since they saying y'all about to lose. Hold on. So y'all play Marshall, Austin Peay, at Tennessee.
Yep.
Alabama.
Yep.
Who's Alabama quarterback this year?
Nobody knows.
That's still a tricky game for y'all.
Yeah, of course.
So, all right. So, you know what? I'm going to play a game of giving y'all 3 losses since everybody say y'all going to lose 3 games.
I know. Everybody said we're going to lose 3 games.
Let's see. If I had to give you 3 losses, if I had to, gun to my head, I'm going to say Alabama, Ole Miss, and Texas.
But you know what? You know what happened to Ole Miss last time they came to Georgia, right?
Sure. Y'all beat Texas twice last year, didn't you?
Yeah. And then the last time Ole Miss came to Athens, 52-14.
So I'm just saying, gun to my head, and I had to give y'all 3 losses, I would go with Texas, Ole Miss, and Alabama because those are the only ones I could really see y'all getting a challenge from.
The last time Arch was on the field against us, bro, he got shut the hell down. He didn't even last the whole quarter. They took him out and put Quinn Ewers back in.
Now, I know all the Florida fans probably punching air right now, talking about how the hell he gonna say them 3 and not say Florida.
I'm telling you, man. They told Kirby.
You know what, Sarge?
Josh Payne told Kirby this gonna be he gonna take a step back this year.
You know what, Sarge? Gun to your head. Who you had to pick them 3 losses? Who you taking?
Man, I'm not taking us to lose to anybody, dog.
So y'all going 12-0
again? Yes.
Oh man, what I missed? I missed the Sergeant schedule.
We're not losing to nobody, man.
So Georgia's going 12-0 SEC championship, going into the playoffs.
Yes.
We
the defending SEC champions. The worst team would have had since COVID won the SEC. We're not losing no games.
Who y'all meeting in the SEC championship, Sarge?
It don't matter, dog.
I just want to know the holding place team. I already know that you say you're gonna win it. I just want to know the holding place team.
We might play South Carolina.
Oh, hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, that's the sleeper. I've been hearing some real push about them. Like they're the sleeper team.
All right, so I got to put a stop to this shenanigans. So you telling me that Florida fans had lied to me again about the SEC championship they winning this year?
Bruh.
Winning what?
Bruh.
What? They're gonna win the SEC championship on college football 26,
Bruh, they
but
might win
I
in basketball.
Oh yeah, Florida is a basketball school right now.
Yeah, they're a basketball
they the
school,
national
bro.
champions. They the national champions of college football. I mean of college basketball.
They
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
they started out pretty good in baseball, but then that shit got watery.
Yeah, it got sent down the drain, but they telling me Lagway is the best quarterback in the SEC, bro.
Oh, lie, they told me Lagway was going to end up being better than Tim Tebow.
Yes, I heard that too.
I got to make sure I put some of these lies on record.
Yeah, we gotta get them. We gotta get them on record, bro.
get
And
your
then
receipts, T2Y. You
Because
get yours too, Sarge.
for some
they
reason,
told
at
me,
the
right,
end of the season or during the season, they forgot about the lies they told.
bro.
I got to start documenting these lies.
They told me I was delusional for saying 12-0. T2Y. We went
I got to
12-0 and 21.
I got to
We went
start
12-0
bookmarking and
and
screenshotting
22.
these lies.
Yeah. We went 12-0 and 21. We went 12-0 and 22. We went 12-0 and 23. We went 10-2 last year. But I'm delusional for saying we're gonna go 12-0 this year. I'm delusional, right?
Mm. Mm.
How many wins is that? That's 12 times 12 times. That's 36. That's 46 wins and 2 losses. But I'm delusional by saying we're gonna go 12-0.
Man, that's tough. Let me ask you this, Sarge. Yeah. Is the Big Ten the best conference right now?
Yeah, they're the best conference, man. The SEC done step back. Don't worry about the SEC. They're not gonna win another national championship because the Big Ten paying all this money. You know, you got Ohio State, spending $25-30 million on all these players. So yeah, the SEC ain't the SEC no more. So forget about the last 15 freaking NFL drafts, where the SEC dominate. Forget about all the different teams. Well, you have 4 different SEC teams win the natty over like 10 years. Forget about all that, man. It's a Big Ten team. It's a Big Ten time now. So don't worry about the SEC no more.
Oh, them Gators having a chat right now. They having a Twitter space right now. Let me see what they talking about. Let me see what they saying in there.
All right, there we go. Oh man. Hey, there's a debate. If whenever you get a time, T2Y, I'm gonna send it to you. I want you to listen to it because that's some of the. You want to know delusional? Florida ain't got none compared on this pool. I promise you that. I promise you that. This man said the only thing good came out of Miami was Edgerrin James and Ray
And
Lewis.
don't
I
know
was
what these
done.
coaches can do. Cause they ain't
Well, I
showing,
would
they
say
ain't showing the spring
one coach
game.
we
But
don't know,
that
Brandon.
tackling went good in the spring game.
Oh, tackling
How
one
you
good
gonna
in the
say
spring
Deron
game.
Wilson, and he the
Yeah,
coach in the SEC?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was say I
Arkansas
say
looked pretty
one.
good. I thought they improved their defense
Yeah,
with Wilson.
Who improved?
Yeah,
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
they DB play. Yeah, they
Yeah, I
did.
still gotta see what they
That's why
do
I
in
said
Florida.
I
I
was gonna
don't, you
say
know me, I don't talk about school. I gotta see what they do in Florida.
yeah,
I don't
but
like
just
like
from
like
his
like when
body
they
of
were talking
work.
about Arch yesterday. I said Arch ain't that ain't my team. I don't give a damn about what Arch do. I gotta go by what Florida. So I gotta see what they do in Florida. Cause we done thought Corey Raymond. I
Yeah,
seen Corey Raymond at LSU, and what happened when they got to Florida. So
No, Corey Raymond
But
was going
yeah,
down here the last
but
2 years
Dream
at LSU before he
when
got here.
Kelly Rain was at LSU, I was like, "What's the hype?" Because
He
their
was going
DBs
down.
just get toasted all the
His
time.
last 2 years at LSU before he came here, they was bad. So I was hyped on his recruiting, not his on field stuff when he came here.
yeah, no, Corey. When we got Corey Raymond, bro, everybody thought that was the best thing in
Because
sport.
of recruiting.
No,
Yeah, no,
that man done
because of
put DBs in the
A
league.
lot of
because of
Corey Raymond done put DBs in
because
the
of
league.
I
recruiting,
think that's
we
what they
Now
were
I
didn't.
can't
looking
say
at.
for you. I can't say for
No,
you,
I'm saying
but the
because
majority of the fan base,
because
98%,
because
was
they
hyped because
because they
of
thought he was gonna bring in the 5-star DBs. That's why everybody was
nah. It was
hyped.
just, no, it about what that man done put in the league.
I
No,
agree with
nobody.
that, Dream. They were looking at that, but then I'm like, how quickly we forget in 2019 and 20, our receivers were doing their DBs up. You know what
Uh,
I
yeah,
mean?
that just like the dude that just went to Miami. We talked about what he done put in the league. Had put in the league, so we thought he will be when we got him. Will Harris. First thing they go look at what he done put in the league. That's just like them any other coach. When they get him, they go try to see what he done put in the league first.
Shoot, yeah. Most people I talked to when Raymond came, we was like, "Yeah, boy, we should start getting the 5-star corners now."
Yeah, because of what he done put in the league. They see what he done put in the league. They go want to come and play for it.
But that's what he getting. He was getting at LSU, so we felt like we was gonna get him.
Hey, Dream, but when I talk about a coach, I go off of experience and talking to people. Like Chapman, I was big on Chapman. I've been big on DeCosta. Darren Wish is another one I'll be big on.
Yeah. What about
Um,
Sincere?
I don't
What
know
about
much about
Sincere?
Cesare, so I didn't speak to him.
I'm big
So
on
I
Sincere,
know I
but
said,
I because I know his father, and I think
yeah,
they got a good, them boys got a good,
pedigree.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But
everybody don't do what I'm saying. Yeah, Michael Jordan someone worth a damn in basketball.
that's why I said when you say that, that's why I said
Oh man.
I would know about one of the two of the new coaches.
Uh,
Linebacker coach, I think he's gonna be good because what he has done in all his stops, he done it at both Alabama and Washington. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
So
but but move on. Everybody know. I mean, I know you know ball. So if Sincere ain't good, it gonna make the cornerback don't look as good. Also,
right. That
if
is
some
true
safeties
because
ain't
safety is a
playing
big,
good,
yeah.
it go fall back on the coach.
Well,
As in,
Hey,
here's
Sunseri coach y'all's corners,
no,
nah,
he
he
coaching
coaches safety.
safeties. But I'm
safety.
just saying,
Okay.
if the safeties aren't good, then them corners, like Jerome just said, like you just said about Mustard. You
Mm-hmm.
said Mustard was in position, but it was the safety that probably went in position.
Got
But
Yeah,
Jerome think it's Mustard.
you.
yeah,
One thing I do feel about Sincere, I don't think, guys will just stay out there and keep messing up. Like if Castell
Nah.
ain't playing well, what I'm saying, he might get his
What you gonna
position
put a
took
true
this year.
freshman in?
I think
You
he
gonna put
would.
a
I think he would.
You good,
I can't see him
Dallas?
sitting there and sticking with guys like that.
Oh
man.
no, man.
Especially
I
coming
don't
from the
think
tree
Hey,
he come from,
Dallas,
Dream.
stay on this side because that's a little deeper on that side. You got to
Hey,
stay
mute
right
your
here.
mic, relatives.
well,
Oh,
he put them two
I
freshmen
got the
right
kids
there.
at the pool, man. My
I said the two freshmen ain't
bad.
gonna be good later on, but you put them two freshmen out there in that damn boy. I know they gonna get some playing time anyway. But
But
the
but
starting,
Dream
I know
coming
Castell
from,
started, but you got a growing pain.
but just knowing that the tree he come from, I don't see that being. He wouldn't. He'd be comfortable in his coach if he felt like he'd
Who
feel
come going
comfortable
out? Am
throwing
I
him out
going?
there. It's probably me because I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me now?
I just think I just think when they do that defense change up. The way you call plays on defense.
Yeah, see, if you listen to Gator fans long enough, they'll tell you all the lies that's going to be told this offseason. If you listen to their space long enough, they'll tell you all the lies that they're going to tell this offseason. And then after the season and everything that they said was wrong, they say they never said it. That's how this works.
Man,
Yeah,
how delusional can you be?
but hey, if it ain't written, it ain't been said. That's their motto.
Right.
But anyways, man, I just wanted to pop on,
Yeah.
chop it up with you guys for a little bit, poke fun at these Gators for a little bit. Obviously, the game got to get played, just like last season. They was talking trash, we was talking trash. We just happened to be the one that was triumphant, and
Right.
hopefully this season again we're gonna be triumphant. Obviously, we got Notre Dame to worry about.
Yeah.
I think we got like 8 games, if I'm not mistaken, in Hard Rock this year.
Yes.
Should,
Yes. We
should
do.
be a
We do.
nice should be a nice time for Miami fans this year.
It should. It should. Yeah.
But
It
anyways,
should.
appreciate everybody for tuning in, hitting the like button, subscribing to the channel, watching on Twitter and all that good stuff. Appreciate y'all, but I'm finna shut this thing down. Go spend some time with my fam.
Yeah. I
Peace.
feel you, man. Peace out, man. I'm gonna send you that show. So you can listen to that joint, dog. It was hilarious.
All right.
I